My name is Christina Oates, and I am going to be reading you a story called A Unicorn Named Sparkle. A Unicorn Named Sparkle by Amy Young. The ad said, unicorn, 25 cents. Lucy sent in the money. She could hardly wait. I will name him Sparkle. He will be blue with a pink tail and a pink mane. A whole day passed. I will put flowers around his neck, and he will let me ride on his back. Another day passed. I will take him to show and tell. Everyone will love him. He might be scared when he first gets here. I will give him a cupcake. Sparkle, Sparkle, where are you? Finally, a big truck rumbled up. It was the Unicorn Man. He left a large box on the porch. It's Sparkle. But Lucy opened the box carefully, gently. Chomp! The cupcake was gone. Sparkle, come back! Sparkle, not the underpants. No! He was not what she expected. He had spots. His ears were too long. He smelled funny. Oh, and he had fleas. Lucy put a flower necklace on him. He ate it. She put a tutu on him. He ate that too. He did not want to be ridden. He bucked her right off. He did not want to go to show and tell. Ah! And when he got there, he behaved poorly. Lucy was mad. You are a bad unicorn. She walked away. Sparkle followed her. Stop that! Lucy called the Unicorn Man. Take him back. I don't want him. Okay, but I can't get there until tomorrow. Lucy could hardly wait. Leave me alone. Yuck! That night, there was a storm. Sparkle was afraid. Lucy gave him Bear so he would stop pestering her. It wasn't enough. She had to read him a bedtime story too, and give him warm milk to drink. He licked her hand. She patted his head and said, "Don't be such a big baby." His fur was very soft. At last, he fell asleep. The next morning, Lucy watched Sparkle play in the yard. He liked the butterflies, and they liked him. Some boys came by and asked, "What's your goat's name?" "His name is Sparkle, and he is not a goat." "He looks like a goat." "Well, he's not a goat. He's a special kind of unicorn." After the boys left, Lucy watched Sparkle play some more. She had to admit, sometimes he made her smile, and sometimes he made her laugh. The Unicorn Man drove up. Okay, let's load him in. Sparkle did not want to get into the box. Lucy put a cupcake in the far corner. Sparkle loved cupcakes, so he went in. Lucy shut the door. Sparkle asked, "Bruh?" The Unicorn Man revved his engine and drove away. Lucy yelled, "Wait!" Sparkle bleated, "Bah!" The truck stopped. Lucy opened the door and Sparkle jumped out. He was so excited that he knocked her down by mistake. "Sparkle," said Lucy. Welcome home. The end. Okay, so in our book, The Unicorn Named Sparkle, we have our two main characters, Sparkle and Lucy. Now Lucy, we're going to go ahead and meet her and talk a little bit more about her because Lucy goes through a lot of changes in this story. So, she is the character in our story, and she goes through a lot of changes. So when we're talking about characters, a character can either be an animal, or it can be a person, or it can be a thing that stars in a story. We know that all characters have certain character traits. Now, you have your outside traits. That's your physical traits. That's what we see when we're looking at a picture of something. So for example, I can tell you that Lucy has curly black hair. Throughout the story, Lucy is wearing a dress with yellow polka dots. She has on striped leggings. And on certain pictures, you'll see that she has pink shoes. But while we have outside traits, we also have inside traits, and those are our personality. What we learn based on what the character says, does, thinks, or feels. So for example, we can hear Lucy's thoughts or read about Lucy's thoughts. We can also hear the words that she says. We also know how she's feeling based off the pictures that we're seeing as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how Lucy feels about Sparkle throughout the story. I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to think back on the story and think back what was going on and what word could we use to describe Lucy's feelings. And we're going to see how her moods change throughout the story based off what was going on. All right, so let's look at this first one. And I gave it to you already, but looking at this picture, Lucy is anxious. She's anxiously excited for Sparkle to come because she's imagining what it would be like to have a unicorn as a pet. All right, how does Lucy feel in this picture? Let me give you a second. All right, you have that big old smile on her face. She's feeling excited. Sparkle has finally arrived, and she doesn't really know what's inside this box, so she is waiting very anxiously. All right, how does Lucy feel in this picture? Lucy is disappointed. Sparkle isn't the pet that she thought that Sparkle would be. Sparkle's not behaving like a unicorn should. And he isn't living up to this imagination, that this thought that she had on what having a pet unicorn would be like. All right, how does Lucy feel in this picture? She's got a really sad face, and she's looking at Sparkle like he's doing something crazy. So I would say embarrassed. Sparkle, was not behaving like a unicorn should. In fact, it looks like he's cutting up in front of the class. And even in the background, it says to make good pictures. So Sparkle's not behaving like a unicorn. All right, how does Lucy feel in this picture? She's getting on to him for some reason, so she must be angry. Even in this picture, in fact, it says that Lucy said that Sparkle is a bad unicorn. So Sparkle isn't living up to the pet unicorn that Lucy had imagined having. All right. How does Lucy feel in this picture? I said loving because Sparkle was scared of the thunderstorm. And instead of ignoring Sparkle, even though Sparkle's not the pet that she wanted, she actually took time to comfort him and made her feel better. How does Lucy feel in this picture? She's crying out, "Wait!" And Sparkle's pleading, "Ah!" She's upset. Lucy has realized that Sparkle is the pet for her and that she wants to keep him. Last picture, are you ready? So how does Lucy feel in this picture? She's happy. Sparkle is finally home, and Lucy learns that Sparkle is the pet that she needs. All right. So Lucy goes through a lot of emotions, and so one of the things that we're going to do now is we're going to look at how her emotions change from the beginning to the middle to the end of the story. So at the beginning, she is anxious because she's very excited to see what her pet unicorn would be like. She already has a name for him. And when he arrives, she's really excited to open up the box and to see what's going to be in it and what is having a pet unicorn going to live up to what she's expecting. But towards the end of the beginning, she's starting to get disappointed because Sparkle isn't behaving like the unicorn that she had thought she would be getting. He's behaving more like a goat. Towards the middle of the story, she's feeling embarrassed by the things that he's doing. He has fleas, he's cracking up jokes in the middle of class and being silly. He's not behaving like the unicorn that she thought she was having. Then she got angry at him because, again, he was being a bad unicorn. He wasn't being the unicorn that he was supposed to be. Towards the end, though, her feelings started to change. She started to feel love for him because she took care of him when he was scared during that thunderstorm. And then finally, when he was about to go away, she got very upset because she realized that Sparkle was the pet for her. And then at the end of the story, she was happy because she was reunited with Sparkle and she realized that Sparkle was the pet for her. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening to my lesson and reading the book. And if you enjoyed the story, there's 2 more, a new friend for Sparkle and a unicorn named Sparkle's first Christmas. Thanks for watching.